Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to a live edition of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm Joe Panther the Third, and man, what a Sunday. Fun, bloody Sunday. Today, I have a young lady from a promotion in the UK, two promotions. She's part of TNT and Insane. I said it wrong. ICW, am I right?
Yeah, ICW, that's it.
Yes. Introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Veronica Sait. A professional wrestling presenter, host, backstage interviewer, assistant producer, lots of stuff.
Yeah, wow, awesome. So how did you get into this cool, awesome world of professional wrestling?
It's a long story. So I started going to local shows. I started making friends with I was already friends with some of the wrestlers, went to the shows, made very fast friends with Mark Dallas, who is the owner and founder of Insane Championship Wrestling. They thought that I would be really good at being a backstage interviewer. So they said, come along, try it out, see how you got on. And I took to it like a duck to water. And that's been 10 years now. I've been in the pro wrestling industry 10 years ago. Woof.
That's awesome. So, like, with you being a backstage interviewer, like, who would you say would be like your favorite wrestler to be like backstage interviewing with? Is it the heels, like the heels, or the faces? Who is your favorite?
I would have to say the heels for sure. Sometimes, I mean, to be a backstage interviewer, the best thing for you to do is to give the wrestler something to bounce off of, give them like some energy, something that's like opposed to their energy. For example, when you're interviewing a face, a lot of the time you'll see people be like really down and really like, oh, you didn't do so well there, maybe better luck next time, just to give them something to go off of to raise up the energy. Or with heels, it's like kind of the opposite, where you have to be like really happy and nice and sunny, and then they get to bring that energy back down. So it's good to be like in opposition with them. But I really love watching heels, really good heels and good talkers, become quite sinister. When you're an interviewer, the purpose of you being there is to give context and to give the audience the sort of guidance on how to react to a situation. So having an interviewer can like elevate a promo, especially with heels, because if you have a heel that's giving a promo that's like quite sinister, if you're in the background look terrified, that gives the audience the sort of signal to be terrified, so it can take it from sinister to horrific really quite easily, like just with having that person in the background going, great.
So with you being like the backstage interviewer, like, have you been trained physically in the ring to take a bump just in case?
No, absolutely not. No. I have been offered some training to be able to do that, but I'm very much against being used in that way. Like, why would an interviewer take a bump in like stage? And anytime like if it's coming up that someone had from backstage, when a member of the crew or something has to take a bump, I just say absolutely not. Like, I'm the interviewer, I don't take bumps. I would get injured so quickly. I'm like so unlucky with stuff like that. I would get injured so fast.
That'll be me also. I'll be like thinking, Joe, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then they see my glasses cracked and the side, one of the sides broken, and all you see is the glasses gray, and it's like with that violin on TikTok. And it's just like, Joe, with that sad like AI voice, Joe was a nice guy. Really nice. Super in the wrestling world. Rest in peace, Joe. Ding ding. So when you go to these shows, do you like pack your lunches or dinners before the show, or do you like go and eat the food that they have prepared for you guys?
A lot of the time, it's you'll take snacks and stuff with you. I'll take like a big, like I'll have anything that I need for the show. With ICW, we have our own sort of like studio, so I don't really need to take that much with me. I can just rock up, be there, and I'll have all of my stuff. With TNT, I'll have to like have all of my own like gear with me, my ring light, my little microphone, loads of stuff, like a change of clothes. So I'll have like a big suitcase with me. So I'll have like snacks, but usually it's with show days, you just kind of have to grab the time when you have it and just run out and grab something from a shop or from like get some takeaway somewhere. That's the only thing to do. Luckily, most of the shows that I go to are usually quite city centre, so there'll be like stuff around so that I can just nip to a shop and get something to eat, like a sandwich or something. But a lot of the time, unless you bring snacks with you, even then, it's all go, go, go backstage at wrestling shows for the crew. It's all just movement, go and do this, do that. You're running around constantly backstage, so there's not a lot of time to like sit down and have something to eat. So normally what I do is I'll have a massive breakfast. Like you make a huge breakfast in the morning, sort of like a brunch vibe, and I'll cook a big breakfast and I'll just fill up my stomach before I go so that I've got some nutrition.
Awesome. Like, who has been some of your inspirations on being like a backstage interviewer? Like, as a kid, did you see a lot of them and go, I want to be like that person, or I'll be like her?
No, to be honest, in wrestling, I didn't really look at the interviewers and think, oh, that's what I want to do. When I was watching wrestling, I certainly loved the promos and the hype videos and music videos that you used to get as well. Like, I love all of that stuff and all of that hype and that energy. Like, I was a fan of it, but I never really looked at it and thought, oh, that's something I want to do. I did fall into the wrestling industry quite by accident. And I just loved it as soon as I started doing it myself. So I think I kind of took inspiration from those around me, took inspiration from feedback from the wrestlers, feedback from the crew. I am in my like sort of normal day-to-day job, also a presenter. So I took a lot of the experience that I have from that and feedback from that and sort of like brought it over to pro wrestling. So I wish I had more influences for sure, but as it stands going into the wrestling industry, I didn't really have influences for backstage interviewers, no.
Did you watch a lot of wrestling as a kid, or like?
No, actually, I watched it a little bit in the late 90s. I watched like ECW, WCW, of course. Like, I watched a little bit, but I fell away from it for a very long time. And then it was like a huge revival at the time. It was like 2011, 2012. And I started just watching it again on a whim, thinking, oh, this used to be cool. This used to be awesome. I'm going to give it a watch. And I watched some Ring of Honor. And I watched just bits and pieces. I started watching CZW again. Lots of independent companies, and I thought, oh, this is actually pretty awesome, like, and just got more and more into it. And then that's when I looked for local shows, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go to a local show. I went to ICW, and the rest is history.
Have you ever like seen a show that's on, like, gonna perform, like a show that's gonna be that you've never been to, and bought a ticket and sat in the back row and just to see what kind of young talent they have, that you like, the shows that you see pop up and you're like, you can see a poster on the door and you're like, of a deli or whatever, and you go, oh, I never heard of this show. I'm gonna go buy this ticket, and sat in the back row. Have you ever done that before?
I've never went to like a random show because a lot of the shows that are run locally, I know them. So a lot of the time I'll go just to like support friends. I'll go to other smaller like wrestling shows just to be like to buy a ticket and to support my friends. It's really, really important, especially within such a small and competitive industry as independent pro wrestling. It's really important to support your friends, be in it together, and see all of the local talent. Here in the UK, especially in and around Glasgow, it's a very, very small amount of people. So I've never had the opportunity to go to like a random show where I don't know anyone. But if I did, I would love that. Just to go in and just see all new talent, it would be fantastic.
With me, I live in the small area of Pennsylvania in the Poconos, and I usually jokingly call it. I love the smaller shows that I don't know the wrestlers. Like there's a town called Scranton by me. Well, hey, everybody knows Scranton because of The Office, and went to Scranton.
You couldn't say The Office, but
yeah, it's known for The Office, Scranton, PA. And I went to a brewery, and it was the smallest show I've ever been to. Like second smallest show I ever went to. The guy jumped on the apron, and he nearly pulled a Home Alone. He was like this close. You know those lights, those round lights with the bulb in the middle of it? The metal ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
He jumped up, and he did this. Like that. And did his pose, like, and I was like, man, we're about to see him pull a Harry or Marv.
Oh my goodness.
It was scary.
It's quite
Sorry.
On you go.
The first show I ever went to like that was in Allentown, PA, and it was a show for a benefit. And all the wrestlers, I walked in, and the ring was so low to the ground. I'm 5'1", so I was like this. Do they want me just to jump in the ring? Because I could just do a Rey Mysterio dive between the ropes and just jump right in, or I could just whoop and just walk right in. I did an interview sitting on the apron, and I didn't realize how short I was. So I was just sitting there, and the wrestlers looked like they were towering over me. But yeah, there's sometimes the rings you think they're higher than they are, but they're really low. Like I felt bad for the high flyers, like because they were literally doing this to jump off the top rope. They were like pushing off the ceiling. I was like, ugh, dust. Yeah.
It's crazy to see like seeing these like smaller shows, and you see some like crazy talent, you see some incredible talent, and especially even high flyers as well, and they'll really pull off these amazing moves for like 20 people in the crowd. They'll pull off, they'll put their bodies on the line, they'll do these incredible moves, and it's literally for like 15 to 20 people in front of them in these tiny little halls, these tiny little rooms. And I'm just like, much respect. That's amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, if you could be like, go back in time and interview one wrestler, who would it be and why?
Oh, who is it? Oh,
Indies or mainstay?
Do you know? Do you know the first person that came to my mind was the Sandman from ECW. Just
who was it?
Sandman.
Oh God, Sandman! Oh no.
He was the first person that came to my mind, just because Dusty Rhodes. No, it would be Dusty Rhodes.
Oh jeez, Dusty Rhodes.
Just because it would be like, I would not be in control of that situation at all. I would just be along for the ride, and whatever happens, happens. And I think like I quite like interviews where like it's not planned. It's not like, oh, you ask this question, I'm gonna say this stuff. I like it when you just go along for the ride. Anything that could happen will happen, and you just kind of have to egg it on and do your best. That would Dusty or Sandman, just because I just don't know what would happen. I
Or
just
Ultimate
don't know what
Warrior.
it is.
Imagine you're interviewing Ultimate Warrior. He just comes out of right field talking about it. Like do you remember the match he did against Hogan? And he had that weird thing about the plane crashing into the island, and Mean Gene Okerlund was like, what is he calling woo-woos. Woo-woos.
Just crazy, honestly. I would just.
Have you ever had like that backstage when you're interviewing a wrestler and it just goes like south because you were supposed to ask him a question and he was supposed to come back with a thing, but it just sent you off? Has it ever?
100%. I used to work quite a lot with Joe Hendry, who's he's in Ring of Honor a lot these days. He's doing really, really well for himself, actually. But he used to be in ICW, and we used to do these skits and interviews, and sometimes we would have like something set up where this is how it's going to start, and then after this certain point we'll just see where it takes us. And sometimes we would laugh so hard, but we'd be trying so hard not to laugh that we would just be like shaking and just tears running down our faces during these promos. And it's such a, like, when you get that energy with someone when you're making this incredible content, and half of it we can't even use just because we broke so often. Honestly, some of that, I don't even know where that footage is. Actually, it'll be in the archive somewhere.
Just in someone's camera.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere, like, just of me, Joe Hendry, and Leighton Buzzard, who's over in Japan just now, just cry laughing and trying not to, and just like shaking with laughter. It was so, so good. I had some excellent promos with people, just where it just goes off the rails completely. And those are my favorites. Honestly, those are my favorites. I love it when it's just high energy, just saying something crazy. I like doing interviews that are like genuine interviews where you're just like finding out the information and finding out what's happening behind the scenes, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what's happening, how where they're going to go to next. I love those interviews where it's like genuinely asking. But the ones where it's just pandemonium, I live for that. That's the stuff. That's the stuff.
Do you collect anything?
Yes. I collect VHS.
Yes, my kind of person. Yay! No wonder I felt a cool bond with you. What is like your oldest videotape that you have in your collection?
Oh, I have the oldest.
Yeah, the oldest. Your oldest boy in your collection, or girl.
Let's see. So my mother used to work in a video store.
Ooh, what is that? Oh.
So I've got this one. Crime Busters. So this is from like 77.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I am like a serious collector. Let's see, what else have I got? I've got do you remember the movie Poltergeist?
Yes.
The original VHS release of that. And it's got like, see when I play it, it's got like lots of like spooky marks on it, like weird, and like anytime I play it, like weird things happen in my house. It's amazing.
Oh God.
But I think yeah, Crime Busters is my oldest one. This one.
Oh wow.
77.
Remember, when the video
I've got all of the.
Yeah. Remember when the video store closed by me? Me and my buddies all went, and I picked up SummerSlam '91, the old cassette tape.
I don't have that many like wrestling VHS. I've got two. I've got and I'm almost embarrassed to show you.
Oh no. What do we got?
I've only got
Oh no.
I've got Wrestling Palooza
Oh geez.
980.
The ECW or is that which one's
Yeah,
that?
ECW.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's got the favorite one was the ECW TV title match. RVD, who's like my favorite wrestler, versus Sabu, and that was an amazing match. I love that one. On this one, I think it's Raven versus Sandman on this one, which is a really, really good match, is it? Hold on. Raven versus Shane Douglas. I thought Raven and hold on. Yeah. Sandman versus Raven. And that was in 2000. That's a big ass Extreme Bash. When was that?
Oh my gosh. Probably like the 90s, probably 98 or something.
Is that 98? It doesn't say on it.
They usually have the copyright on the bottom saying the year.
What?
It usually has the copyright underneath on the bottom of
I know, I was looking for that, but I can't see it.
It's probably so old, the ink on the numbers is probably faded.
Bro, 2001.
Oh wow, 2001?
I knew it.
Wow. You never know with ECW because of that time frame. They were out, and then when they got bought out.
Yeah, and so I don't have very many like wrestling stuff on DVD just because by the time you don't really find a lot of them when you're out and about. And also by the time I got back into wrestling, everything was online or it was like streaming services. So I didn't really get to pick up a few things. But anytime I see anything, I'll like pick it up.
Do you like collect anything within like the wrestlers you meet at the shows? Do you like buy their t-shirts? Do you have like their stickers like I do on a coin jar and stuff like that?
I pick up stuff like I'll always see any backstage passes. I'll always keep backstage passes. I love posters, like wrestling posters as well. I've got a whole bunch of those saved away. I'm going to eventually I want to get them framed and put up. But I love wrestling posters, and not, in my opinion, not enough companies. Oh, my cat sneezed.
Oh, kitty, bless you.
Bless you. Not enough companies do or sell the posters for the show at the show, because some of these posters are amazing. Like some of these,
like 3 of them from a promotion by me. PPW, where I used to go in Slatington, PA, they have the post. They do their shows at like a consignment shop. One half it's a consignment. You would love this place. One half is an all consignment shop with like tables, and they have old stuff. The other half is like a food court / a sports room, and they hang the big posters, not the little the postcard ones. The ones that are like this big,
yeah,
size of the screen. And I'm looking around, and I'm just like tape, flippy, roll, roll, roll. And I'm back to my chair. Got a poster, Dad. He's like, man, they're gonna catch you one day. It's a nice size poster. It's the one with the guys on it screaming, or like that, or like the girls doing this. And it's a good poster. I get them autographed every time. But yeah,
that's cool. Like getting them autographed and putting them up. Like a lot of these posters now, they're like movie posters.
Yeah,
and they're just gorgeous. And the graphics and the graphic designers that do them. And they'll post them like online and stuff. And a lot of the time I think, I would put that up on my wall. Like, that's amazing. That's beautiful. Especially if it's a show that means a lot to me. I've got a lot of posters from a lot of different shows. What else do I collect from the shows? I've got loads of stuff just from shows that I've been a part of. Like, if there's like a sign on the door, like promo room, or anything that has like logos and stuff on it, like I'll take that. I'm a big fan of like just collecting stuff for memories and things like that. But I love I like stickers. Stickers are the best. I've got a little book just full of stickers.
I'll send you a sticker definitely in the mail.
Yes,
I'm definitely doing a sticker trade.
Yeah, 100%. I'd collect as many stickers as possible just to like send them off to you.
You'll love my stickers. You'll love my sticker. It's adorable.
Yay! I'm looking forward to that. What else? I collect loads of stuff. Like I like to just pick up stuff as I go along. I am a bit of a hoarder.
Oh, geez. No, gosh. I met the I only got one wrestler from that SummerSlam, from the triple threat match from the SummerSlam 91. I have the Warlord's autograph on the SummerSlam tape.
That's cool.
And it's the big box. It's not like the little box. It's like the box that opens this way, like that they had. And I don't have, I have it now on DVD because I got the anthology for SummerSlam. So like the matches I really watch from that old SummerSlam, like you talk about the ECW one, I'll watch the triple threat match with Tornado, Tito Santana, and the British Bulldog versus the Warlord and Powers of Pain. That match is always cool because I know the winner every time. It's Tornado, Bulldog, and Tito, Tornado, and Bulldog. That they won that match. And also everybody knows the match: the Ultimate Warrior and Hogan, and Ultimate Warrior runs out, and Hogan wins. Hogan saves the day and leg drops Slaughter, and then that's where Macho Man gets married to Elizabeth. Yes,
I love
the wedding.
I love wrestling weddings in ring.
Yeah.
Like who thought that? I know what a good idea would be. Let's have a wrestling wedding. I've been part of 3 wrestling weddings now.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't get married. I was a bridesmaid. Thanks. I was a bridesmaid. And it's like, it's always so funny to me. It's some of my favorite things. We need more, actually. More wrestling weddings.
Yeah, we do.
I was a bridesmaid for Viper, who is now Piper Niven.
I know. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was a bridesmaid for her. Yeah. I was a bridesmaid for loads of people, actually. Wrestling bridesmaid. Call me.
You'll buy the flowers and and if you're gonna pay for your dress, I'm in.
Yeah.
You collect pops? I know you do the DVDs and the tapes and stuff like that, but do you collect pops?
No, I don't actually. That's one thing that I've never really gotten into. And I'm quite glad because I've got a friend who, Molly Spartan, actually, I'm sporting her t-shirt. I'm just going to quick.
Cool. Tell her Dudes at Ringside says hi.
Yay! I was her actual bridesmaid.
That is a nice shirt. Where is a really cool t-shirt? Molly Spartan. Go give her a follow, everybody. Molly Spartan. Go definitely.
Yeah, she was a champion in TNT for a long time.
Wow.
Part of the She Wolves. But
She Wolves. Wait, I know the Mother of Chaos. She used to be
Mother of Chaos. Yes. So Mother of Chaos is Casey.
Yes.
And she was in the She Wolves with Molly Spartan.
I haven't spoken to her for a while. I really wish she can come back on the podcast. She's one of the peeps. She sent me stickers. My mom still has whatever stickers on her car. It has remained. But the end is ripped off. But her sticker's still on her car. So, before we go, is there any shows coming up that the fans that are not from the UK, my American fans, want to watch? Any upcoming shows for TNT or ICW? How can they find it?
Loads. There's loads of shows coming up. So, and February's really, really busy for me. So February 3rd, we have the Ignition Rumble. And then we have, after that, we have another show, DOA Deathmatch Tournament on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, we have Merseyside Massacre. And we have another show that I can't remember the name of. All Eyes on Me. How could I forget that? Just like whatever. All Eyes on Me. So that's on February 4th. There's a pre-party on February 2nd as well. And there is also a panel show the day before on YouTube. So if you're not from the UK and you want to watch along, you can check it out on YouTube. Then on February 11th with ICW, we have our ICW Square Go. which is kind of like our Rumble, and that's going to be live on Triller TV on the 11th of February. And then on the 17th of February, I'm going to be with Valor Pro Wrestling, where I'm a manager there, and I dress up as a nun and scare kids. So if you're in Scotland, come along to Kirkintilloch and watch me tell a whole bunch of kids to shut up.
If my fans want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I've just recently made a new Twitter. So please come and follow me there, because I don't have very many people in my little circle. So I would quite like to add some more. On Twitter, it's Veronica Salt, and it's just the exact same way that you can find it there. It's just Veronica, SALT. But on Instagram, it's Veronica Salt, where it's Veronica, then SSAULT. And come and find me there.
Yes, come hang out with us, Veronica, and thank you for watching. Well, there's no one person here, but thank you for watching this episode.
I love you so much.
Thank you so much. Hope TNT. I hope you're in the crowd. Definitely check her out. Check out all the shows that she's about to do with TNT and Insane. I'm Joe Panther the Third.
And I'm Veronica Salt. Thank you so much for having me.
And welcome. And we will catch you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.